Welcome to East Ascension High School Spartan Gym, the home of the EA Spartans, and our REV game of the week, the girls basketball district finale between the Dutchtown Lady Griffins and the East Ascension Lady Spartans. I'm Jeff Porsche. David Swacker will be with me in a few minutes. It's senior night at Spartan Gym, so we'll get to the senior night ceremonies, starting lineups, and the opening tip after this break. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Your business is as unique as Southeast Louisiana. People, culture, family. We know what it means to be local. REV is the only communications provider with support teams that live and work in the same Louisiana communities that we serve. Customer first localism is truly in our DNA. Our promise is to bring your business the reliability and local support you deserve. We've been connecting communities in Louisiana for 85 years, and we're ready to serve you and your business. REV Business.
The best way to recruit for at-home tailgating is Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, briskets, steak, and boudin. All of the 5 stars are at Chris's Specialty Foods. Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
We just moved, so there's millions of...
Dahlias in bloom, over 9 acres. When we started, we grew 1/4 of an acre.
Now I'm taking on new products on the regular.
We always dreamed of having this property, so...
I want to make my yard look as beautiful as...
Largemouth bass?
Yep.
We've got tons of them, don't we, buddy?
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours?
Come see us at Ascension Equipment for John Deere sales and service. Save more today and mow tomorrow.
Piku Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, Piku proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at Piku Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
This is a walk-on athlete. They push harder and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Looking for an extraordinary education opportunity? Introducing Ascension Public School's Early College Option Program, where you can earn a high school diploma and an associate's degree from River Parishes Community College at the same time. Experience the best of both worlds as high school seamlessly blends with college coursework in a rigorous yet supportive program. Yet stay connected to your home high school through clubs, organizations, and sports. And here's the best part. Students pay no tuition or textbook costs. Ascension Public School's Early College Option Program, where your future begins today.
As a local provider, we understand the unique challenges and rewards as a Southeast Louisiana business. And we're right here with you, powering your business with local know-how and the unmatched service you deserve. Our internet and managed services are more than connectivity. They're our promise to provide the most important thing every business needs, consistency and quality. We're here to help. For a limited time, get 3 months free. REV Business. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
Welcome back to the REV Game of the Week, the district finale for girls basketball between the Dutchtown Lady Griffins, 9-13, 1-3 on the season, and the home team, the East Ascension Lady Spartans, who are 16-8 and 1-3 on the season. I'm Jeff Porsche, and David Swacker is going to be joining us shortly. You can see it's senior night, and they're getting ready for the ceremony. We are expected to have that any minute now, but until we get to that, we can start talking about some of our pregame notes for tonight's matchup. And we can start with the head coaches, first of all, for the two teams. Oh, actually, we don't have to because we're going right to the ceremonies.
Well, it's a big time for kids. Senior night, you know, everybody in Ascension Parish does a really good job for all the sports, honoring their kids that have been there for a while.
The advice you like to leave your teammates is listen to Coach Chandler and to keep going and never give up. She would like to tell Coach Chandler, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I am today. Thank you for all the words of advice and the Bible studies after practice. I love you, Coach Chandler. Number 20, Kaya Adams. Our next senior is number 21, Changing Nolan. Thank you to thank all the people in her life that have pushed her to this moment as she nears the end of her high school career, including her friends, family, teammates, and more importantly, her coaches. To Coach Chandler, she would like to say, thank you for not only being a coach, but also a mentor, a leader, and a source of inspiration for me. You have taught me far more than just basketball skills. You have instilled in me values of hard work, perseverance, and sportsmanship that extend beyond the court and every aspect of my life. Your guidance has not only made me a better player, but a better person. These past 4 years of playing basketball have shaped me in ways that extend far beyond the confines of the court. Through countless hours of practice, moments of adversity, and valuable life lessons, I have realized that basketball has revealed my true potential and molded me into a resilient, determined, and growth-oriented individual. To our teammates, Chancey would like to say, I am honored to call each and every one of you my teammates, and I am grateful for the memories we have created together on the court. Number 21, Chancey Moeller. Our next senior is number 22, Isabella Heaton. After graduation, Isabella plans to attend her college career at Del Valle Community College and later transfer to the Seminary College of Southern University to major in elementary education and English and hopes of one day becoming a writer. To her teammates, she says, I'm going to miss the laughter in the locker room and everybody encouraged me to keep going. To Coach Casey, Bella will let you know that you've taught me the value of being a part of something more than myself and how to come together as a team and how to learn from each other and most importantly, how to laugh instead of being in my head. I always did a lot of work on the team, but I always look forward to coming to practice and you talking to me and calling me nothing. Last year you made my birthday special when we attended the LSU game. To Coach Chandler, you're probably expecting me to say something about a Bible scripture you taught us. Sometimes we would call them your lectures, but to me, it was times like those that I knew I had more than just a coach. Thank you for being a coach and never giving up on me, even when there were times I thought you did. You taught me to be humble and to keep my personality, to be kind and to be a wonderful young lady. I hope I make you proud. To Coach Shea, thank you for all the hugs, the talks, and the drives. You were never far away. Thank you. And lastly, to our parents and grandparents, I thank you addition, I want to give a huge thanks to Coach Chandler for being another father figure in my life and being there to support and navigate me through these months that I've been here. Finally, I'd like to thank my teammates for pushing me daily and giving me the friendships and sisters for life. Number 25, Aaliyah Weems.
And so you see the senior night ceremonies and the announcements. The public address a little bit off tonight, but want to congratulate all the seniors for East Ascension. Number 20, Kaya Adams. Number 21, Chancey Molland. And number 25, Aaliyah Weems. You saw all those three being honored here tonight for East Ascension. One senior on the Dutchtown Lady Griffins side that we will also mention tonight, and we'll get into them a little bit later as well. Number 4, Mariah Dooley. So those are the seniors tonight for the matchup between Dutchtown and East Ascension. And now we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming and the coaches for tonight's matchup. As you see on the Dutchtown side, Chase Delry, 52 and 56 overall. He's in his 4th year. Took Dutchtown to a home playoff game last season, not having as much success this season. On the East Ascension side, you have Dennis Chandler, who is having a pretty good season and likely going to get a postseason berth for the Lady Spartans this season. Let's look at the 5A district records for the girls, and we can see that actually these two teams are tied for the district record, even though East Ascension has the better record. They have a winning record. Dutchtown has a losing record. Walker is just running away with everything. And Walker and Denham Springs, I believe they're playing tonight, so that's going to be a great one to watch. Santa Maria looks like they're going to finish 3rd. Live Oak will finish last. And the thing about East Ascension, they had a great start. They're not doing well in district. They did beat Live Oak. Dutchtown, they lost 5 senior starters. And as we said, there's only one senior on the team tonight for Coach Delry, and that's one of the reasons why they've struggled. It's not because of a lack of coaching. It's just a young team, and basically, he said, we have basically freshmen and sophomores starting. It's like having a JV team out there.
And you know what's going to be a big deal for both of these teams going into next year is how many kids will they lose to Prairieville High School. Because you're going to get kids from Santa Maria and Dutchtown primarily, but some also from East Ascension. But Coach Delry was telling me before the start of the game here that I said, tell me, man, about Walker. I mean, here they are like 33-0, and people, just don't understand how impressive that is. And he says, I'm going to just tell you, they are so well coached, they play so well. But it reminds me of the Golden State Warriors of how many passes they can make and how many shots they can make. And they are usually right on. And it's that way every night they play somebody. Because if you look at the scores that they're putting up against, all the teams that they're playing, they are beating some good teams by 20, 30, 40 points, and that is very impressive.
And East Ascension, they're a top 20 team in the power rankings in 5A non-select, and Walker beat them by much more than that. So yes, they can beat anybody by any amount, and it's going to be interesting to see what the game between Walker and Denham Springs ends up being, because they're 1 and 2 in the state. But as impressive as Denham Springs is with the 3 losses, Walker is just on another level, it seems like.
Well, they are on another level, Jeff, and I'm going to tell you, I guess I'm going to have to say it just one more time. 33-0, that is impressive in basketball. 10-0 is impressive in football. But when you go undefeated in regular season in basketball, of all the crazy situations you got to deal with Thanksgiving. And here we got Mardi Gras coming up, Christmas vacations. You know, you have a lot of things that interfere with your schedule, along with possible sicknesses and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, here you are, 33-0, and Denham Springs is right there behind them.
Yeah, so they could theoretically lose their first game and not win district. So it's going to be fun to find out what happens with that. So 33-1 and finish second in district, that could potentially happen. But we'll find out down the road what happens with that. We got some starting lineups to get to tonight. We're going to start with the visitors, the Dutchtown Lady Griffins. You see them on the right side of your screen right there. And like we said, these guys are mostly freshmen and sophomores. You do have one junior in the lineup. You have 0 Marley Gatlin, number 1 Allie Graves, number 12 Taylor Richard, number 25 Deanne Melanson, and number 30 Jenna Humphrey. She's a junior. She had a lot of minutes last season, and she's now moved into the starting lineup. She was basically the sixth man on the Dutchtown Lady Griffins team last season. And now we move to East Ascension and their starters. And we'll start with number 23, Brielle Betts, number 24, Kennedy Mitchell, number 25, Alea Weems, number 32, Reagan Mitchell, and number 50, Anaya Wiltz. And we saw them earlier this season, about 2 weeks ago, as a matter of fact, for their district opener against Santa Maw. And Santa Maw jumped out to a big double-digit lead. They were up by about 13 or 14 after 3 quarters. And then in the fourth quarter, they owned the fourth quarter, went to a full-court man-to-man pressure and nearly pulled it out. They got it down to about 2 points at one point, wound up losing by about 5. So the team has talent, and the team, they once they get into that full-court pressure, they can wreak havoc on a team, and we'll see if they do that here tonight, Coach.
It's going to be a lot of fun because, you know, Coach Delry coming up just a few minutes ago said if we win tonight, you know, we're going to probably move up, but not far enough to push us into the playoffs. And Coach Chandler, you know, if they win, you're thinking a good possibility of the playoffs. But if on the negative side of that, playoff bound with a loss?
Well, they would still probably make it. I mean, it would be tough because you're gonna lose some power points because Dutchtown, I believe, is 33 right now, and so that would make them drop a little bit, and they're in a spot where they would wind up possibly getting a Walker or a Denham Springs in the second round, and it would be good to get there though, because that would mean that you won a playoff game. So
well, and good things happen to you towards the end of your regular season and district schedule.
And so that's we're going to see what happens here tonight. It should be a pretty good game. Dutchtown is playing better than their record. They're a young team, so, you know, one night they can get red hot, then one night they can really struggle and play like a young team. So you never know what you're going to get with a club like that. And so we'll see how they respond tonight. Really, they have nothing to lose, really nothing to gain because, as you said, probably not a postseason team. So so it's going to be fun to see. And if this team holds together, you're talking about the potential of losing some players to the new high school. If they can hold it together, they're going to be, in 2 years, they're going to be really, really good. And
Coach Delry's doing an outstanding job. You know, it started out and there was just a rise in the way his kids perform. You know, how many kids are on the bench it's amazing. So, you know, as time goes on, you're going to have those up and down years, and if he stays at it long enough, you know, I'm sure he's going to become a very consistent basketball team in the playoffs each and every year.
So they will be a force to be reckoned with for sure, just not this season, but our season's kind of wrapping up, and we're getting to the end of the basketball season. I want to bring up, before we get to the starting lineups and the opening tip from the public address announcer, if they do that. We want to mention that at halftime, you want to stick around because we're going to have a halftime interview with the new Prairieville High School athletic director, Michael Schmidt. He's also the head football coach. He and Randy Loving, the principal at Prairieville, are in the house tonight, and they're gonna be here. And Mike's going to join us for the interview. Randy would rather not talk. He talked during the football season, did a great job, but he wants to let somebody else have the spotlight here tonight. So we're going to talk about what he needs to do and what he's doing right now. We're going to see some partial shots of some of the facilities, and that's still a work in progress. And they actually have some uniform renderings for some of the teams. They don't have all the team renderings and uniforms ordered yet, but I've been assured from Randy Loving that they're all in the process of being done. So you can see some football uniforms tonight, but all the teams are in the process of being taken care of. And he wanted to make sure that everybody understood that before we got to the broadcast tonight, because he didn't want to say, well, we saw the football uniforms. What about these uniforms? They're all ready to go. But we got the football mock-ups here tonight. So we're just about ready to go. Looks like we're going to forego the starting lineups as East Ascension's ready to go, as looks like number 24, Kennedy Mitchell, is going to handle the jump. And so we're waiting for Dutchtown to get out there. And here they go. Dutchtown wearing the black tonight. And East Ascension wearing the white with the blue coloring. And so looks like handling the jump for the Lady Griffins is going to be Melanson. So you got one freshman, 3 sophomores, and a junior for Dutchtown here tonight. And 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and a freshman for EA. And Betts handles after the jump for the Lady Spartans. And there's a turnaround jumper from Wilson. It's good. 2-0 Lady Spartans.
Well, right off the bat there, Jeff, a little bounce pass into the post player. I love the way Betts squared those shoulders up and floated that 7-footer right into the basket.
And Gatlin misses in the lane, and the rebound goes to Wiltz. And now a 3, and that's long, and Humphrey gets the rebound for Dutchtown. And this is Marley Gatlin. She's the point guard for the Lady Griffins. And now a wide open 3 from Graves off the back iron. Rebound goes to Mitchell.
I like the way Mitchell had an outstanding job of blocking out.
And that's Wiltz getting her 4th point of the night, and it's 4-0. 1 minute in. Dutchtown versus East Ascension. Jeff Porsche, David Swacker with you. Here's Graves. Passes it off to Gatlin. Now the drive, and it's going to be good. And the foul. And so points from number 12, Taylor Richard, the freshman, getting on the board for the Lady Griffins. So they'll go to the line and shoot 2. No, shoot 1, excuse me.
Mitchell with the foul.
Kennedy Mitchell, that is, yes. And long, and the rebound goes to Weems, and it's 4-2. Mitchell, and the pass to Weems, no good. Rebound goes to Dutchtown. This is Graves, Allie Graves, and the bounce pass stolen. And stolen again from behind. This is Richard with the strip. So
backward in both different directions with 2 nice steals.
So Marley Gatlin.
Chandler always in man-to-man, and I love that situation.
And Humphrey, she loves the 3 from the baseline, but that one was short. And it's going to go out off of East Ascension, so they'll throw it in. Dutchtown, Gatlin under the basket. Gets it out to Richard. And there's Graves, baseline, puts it up, and it's a block. So she'll go to the line.
That's 24 with the foul.
This is Allie Graves going to the line. Mitchell with the foul. I believe that's her 2nd foul. And Allie Graves, the sophomore. And she's got a twin sister, Emma Graves, who also plays, also a sophomore. And it's 4-3. Allie played a lot last year. as a freshman. So did Marley Gatlin. So they have some experience, but they're still young, and we're tied.
And let's see. Touchdown in a little 3/4 court press.
And they get it inside in a nice dish, but the layup missed. And we're going to get a tie ball. That's going to go to the Lady Griffins as Reagan Mitchell missed under the basket, and we're going to get a sub coming in. That's Aaliyah Taylor. And Reagan Mitchell is going to check out.
Taylor, just a junior, coming in for Mitchell with 2 fouls.
5:45 left to go. Tie game. Graves bounce pass. Gets away. And they're fighting for it on the floor. And going to get a tie ball. And that's going to go to you, East Ascension. So
let's see. Dutchtown. Here it is. Now they're out of the press.
Yeah, Graves picking up Mitchell. Now Betts will try the 3, and it's short, and the rebound goes to Gatlin. And there's Graves on the outlet. Bounce pass down low to Richard. Contact and a steal for the Lady Trojans, and it goes out of bounds as Betts loses the handle, and it's going to be Dutchtown ball. So East Ascension scored the first 4, made it 4-0, but Dutchtown's answered with 4 straight, and we are tied.
Need to go back to Betts. Down low.
Gatlin, the pass stolen, but Richard gets it. Now Humphrey with a long 3, short. Rebound, Mitchell.
Humphrey, that was an NBA 3 right there.
Yep.
Opportunity.
And she can make them from there. I've seen her do it. Goes out off of Humphrey. And we got a sub coming in for the Lady Griffins. That's Melanson coming in for Humphrey. Now Betts, another wide open 3. You said let her get another shot. She does, but she misses. And Gatlin has it 2-on-2. And the jumper is no good, and it's a rebound. East Ascension Taylor. She's going to go distance and get the foul and go to the line.
Now, good job right there with the crossover on the move. And fouled in the act of shooting that layup.
And so Aaliyah Taylor is going to go to the line.
And I'm sure everybody's aware of the new rule where you shoot the 2-shot foul after 5 fouls in each quarter.
That's right. Oh, that did not look good. She's a little frustrated, a little embarrassed, I think.
I think if I ran down the floor one time, that would look like my free throw right there.
Taylor Richard's coming out the game. Humphrey checks back in, so she had a short breather. And second free throw, no good, but the rebound goes to EA. Taylor has it over to Mitchell. And Betts will drive, turnaround jumper in the lane. No good, rebound. It goes to Dutchtown. Alyssa Thomas, who is in the game now. And tie game, Gatlin for the Lady Griffins. Gets it out to Graves. She has a 3, and it's short. And the rebound goes to EA. And here's Mitchell all by herself. Layup is good, and it's 6-4. 2-point lead for East Ascension. Just past the halfway point of the first quarter. Humphrey's got a wide open 3. She passes. Now she takes it and misses. And the rebound goes to Weems. And here comes East Ascension. Oh, and that's a step too far.
Well, I see this, Jeff. Both teams are very active as far as shooting that 3-point shot. Neither team has gotten remotely warm.
Yeah.
In those 3, so maybe an opportunity to move the ball into some of the bigger girls underneath.
Well, she's not going to stop shooting, and neither is Betts on the other side, as you got a chance at a wide open layup for Betts, and she scores, and it's 8-4. So we've had about 7 3-pointers between Humphrey and Betts, and neither one of them has made one yet. And so everything's a two-point basket or a free throw thus far. Now there's a shot from Gatlin. Offensive rebound blocked from behind. It's going to be Griffin ball. And Coach Chase Delry is going to call a timeout. And so we're going to keep it here. It's 8-4. East Ascension with the lead. They scored the first 4, then Dutchtown scored the next 4, and now East Ascension has scored the next 4 after that. And so while we have the timeout from Dutchtown, maybe we can look at what the Dutchtown Lady Griffins have done this season in district play. And they started off with the loss against Walker like everybody else has done this season, literally everybody else. Then they got the win, come back and beat Live Oak 61-55.
And everybody's been doing that, I believe.
Yes. Santa Maria, they had a loss. They played well against Denham Springs, relatively speaking. They only lost by 13, but they kept it close for a while, and then you have the game here tonight against East Ascension.
And that's what I look at as far as coaching and everything. How well are you doing when you're kind of out of the mix? Coach Delry's doing a good job keeping his girls focused.
And there's the pass, inbounds, and Gatlin will take things at the top of the key. Looking to penetrate, bounce pass down low, and cannot hold on to a DM Melanson, and it's a turnover. 2:43 left to go, 8-4. EA with the lead. And a sub for the Lady Spartans. Kaya Adams, one of the seniors that was recognized in our pregame. Anaya Wilkes checks out. So now running the show, Aaliyah Taylor, junior. Now going left side, and Taylor misses, but there for the rebound and a miss and a putback. No good twice. And another rebound and in. And that is Aaliyah Weems, and it's 10-4.
Well, we got 2 or 3 shots right around the basket right there. Good job with the offensive rebound, putting it back.
And Gatlin is going to draw the block. And she'll go to the line.
And you say, let's look at that right here. And look to me like she might have been stationary right there for the charge call. But
was she underneath the basket right there? Tough to tell.
Well, I'm not real sure about the basket rule.
Yeah, I don't think of the halo here in the high school.
You know, they have that in other leagues.
Yeah.
But
so now Marley Gatlin, sophomore at the line, misses the first free throw. Sub coming in for Dutchtown, Alicia Thomas, and she's going to replace Deanne Melanson. Second free throw, trying to cut this lead to 5, and she does. So 10-5 is our score. Neither team has gotten hot from the field so far. There's a jumper, and it's short. Rebound after the miss by Betts goes to Thomas.
East Ascension is getting that ball down the floor like fast break mode and getting that shot off, and a lot of times they've gotten second and third efforts after the initial shot. Good job right there defensively, East Ascension.
Blocked in the trees right there, and the East Ascension has it with Taylor. That's Betts. And there's a jumper. No good, and a defensive rebound goes to Richard, and we're going to have a foul right here, I believe. So I got a little hack from Aaliyah Taylor.
Yeah, and just trying to make something happen when you're on the other end of the floor, you need to probably get down there and play a little defense.
And East Ascension, talking about defense, they're playing the half-court defense. No full-court pressure yet. And Graves loses it, and it's taken away by Taylor. And she's going to try to bounce pass, but it's knocked away, and it's going to go to East Ascension. Gatlin got her hands on it.
And you see Coach Chandler makes a sign. All you had to do was just go up and shoot right there. You're trying to throw that pass in between two people. It's just not going to happen.
So here's the senior, Mariah Dooley, coming in and replacing Allie Graves. And there's a jumper, good. Another manette from Riel Betts.
Betts, nice job right there, squaring up those shoulders. That little 10 to 12 footer from the baseline, good for two.
Now Marley Gadlin, and it's off of the leg of Dooley, and we have a whistle. And throw it in. EA possession, up 7 inside of a minute here in the first quarter.
Well, East Ascension also, they are trying to get up and down this floor, but you can see right here, basically looks like a 1-3-1 zone defense here by Dutchtown.
And they're just going to pause for the last shot, looks like, Aaliyah Taylor. So far, Dutchtown in the first quarter, 1 field goal. So great defense by East Ascension so far, and they're going to try to extend their lead. That's the jumper, no good from Mitchell, but the rebound and a miss and a putback, no good. Rebound, Dutchtown, they have a chance. 5, 4, 3, and the three-pointer, no good from Marley Gatlin, and that's going to end the first quarter. East Ascension leads Dutchtown 12-5. We will take a break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Your business is as unique as Southeast Louisiana. People, culture, family. We know what it means to be local. REV is the only communications provider with support teams that live and work in the same Louisiana communities that we serve. Customer first localism is truly in our DNA. Our promise is to bring your business the reliability and local support you deserve. We've been connecting communities in Louisiana for 85 years, and we're ready to serve you and your business. REV Business.
It's a 7-point lead for East Ascension after the first quarter. Jeff Porsche and David Swacker with you. And the thing that's got to hurt if you're a Dutchtown fan is you got more points off of free throws than you did from field goals. And that's going to hurt you.
And, you made a statement that I agree with totally there in that first quarter about even though you're not making the 3 points. I mean, I don't think Dutchtown has taken a bad shot.
Right.
In fact, I think they made a couple of really nice passes, but when you're around that goal, there's no doubt to me East Ascension could dominate around the goal. And so, for Dutchtown to get into this game score-wise, they're going to have to make some of those long-range shots.
And on defense, they're going to have to stop giving up second-chance points. Too many offensive rebounds on the East Ascension side.
And, you can go one more notch and third chance.
7-point lead for the Lady Spartans. Gatlin. Richard misses. That's another good look, but this didn't go down, and Taylor with the rebound. Now Betts. She's going to shoot. And off the iron, no good. Rebound, Humphrey for Dutchtown. And they get it quickly in the hands of their point guard, Marley Gatlin. At some point, both of these teams are going to start making buckets, and the score is going to increase pretty rapidly, you would think. So now the dish out to Graves. In trouble, gets it back to Gatlin. Now trying to get it back to Graves, but it's going to go out of bounds to East Ascension. So still having trouble generating some offense right now for the Lady Griffins.
And this is the last game of the year, the district season.
Yes. And so it's now or never. As you said, likely not going to make the postseason. That's a shot, no good, but another offensive rebound, and that's what I wanted to talk about earlier. And Taylor gets the points, and she's going to go to the line.
Well, Wiltz, the same shot she started the game off, and I think Coach Chandler's telling her, the same shot she started the game with, a little backboard, 8-footer, right there, try to shoot it straight at the goal instead of using the backboard.
And The bonus is good, and it's a 10-point lead, 15-5. East Ascension with a 10-point lead. We'll see what Dutchtown can do here if they can get off of their scoring drought. And a drive by Richard. Good defense, gets it out. And a shot coming up, and good by Marley Gatlin. It was a matter of time.
Gavin, nice little runner for the 2 points.
6:20, 8-point lead. Mitchell down low, shot, no good. Offensive rebound.
Jeff, did you see what happened right there out of Wiltz? Kept the ball above her head and just laid it back in there for the 2 points. If she would have brought that ball down, I don't think she would have had a shot.
Pass inside, gets deflected, but it's still Dutchtown possession. Humphrey gets it back to Gatlin. 2 minutes in. And there's a floater, no good. Offensive rebound, but nowhere to go, and blocked from behind. And now here comes Mitchell, driving, penetrating, shooting, and scoring. And it's 19-7. Coach Delry's got to call a timeout. He's got to be frustrated with the offensive boards. We saw that a moment ago. So he's going to talk it over as we see the replay, and just coast to coast for East Ascension. And while we're talking about East Ascension, let's go through their district schedule, as they have the identical district record as Dutchtown. They started with the loss on REV against Santa Maria. Had a furious comeback, but just wasn't enough. Then they lost huge to Walker, lost big to Denham, but then came back and beat Live Oak. So after 2 devastating losses, you came back and won by double digits, and that's a good sign.
It's a good sign, and I'm going to just tell you, it looks like it catapults them into this game, which is a little rivalry game between the 2 teams, in Ascension Parish. But I'm going to just tell you, Coach Chandler's got them rolling pretty good right here, running up and down the floor. And most of the shots that they're taking are within the 10 to 15-foot range and not outside the 3-point circle, and which is allowing his girls to find a spot underneath that goal, and as you said earlier, getting rebounds and making second and third chance shots.
They have the height advantage, they have the size advantage, and that's obvious out there. So it's just hard. It's a hard night for Dutchtown on the glass. And Richard misses, and rebound goes to East Ascension. Taylor, she's going to try to go coast to coast, and she scores.
Wow.
21-7.
That was impressive right there.
Yep.
I'm not real certain if she had that idea about that shot, but it did go in.
And now Graves for 3, off the glass, no good. Rebound goes to Richard, and she saves it.
Good job right there by Richard.
From the free throw line, no good. Rebound, Taylor. 4:40 left to go, 21-7. East Ascension with the lead. Pass down low, shot, no good. Offensive rebound again. And it's 23-7. Kennedy Mitchell with the points.
Mitchell, that is getting a rebound in the air and putting the ball back in. That's pretty impressive right there, Jeff.
It is. We've seen that a lot tonight from East Ascension. Second, third chance points. And the pass stolen out of bounds to Dutchtown as Betts jumped that pass but couldn't quite get to the ball, and Alicia Thomas is going to check in. Jenna Humphrey is going to come out. Don't forget, halftime, we're going to have an interview with Michael Schmidt from Prairieville High School, the athletic director and football coach. And we'll talk about what's going on at Prairieville High School as they get ready for the next school season.
So you got all your questions ready, Jeff?
Yep.
You're not going to ask him what his record's going to be the first year, are you?
I'm going to ask him if he expects to go undefeated, right?
Like Walker?
Yeah. And we have contact and a foul. And that's going to be, I believe, called against Weems. So Humphrey comes back in. Thomas comes back out. Humphrey will throw it in. Gatlin has a chance. And down low saved shot. Ooh, no good. Rebound goes to Taylor. Now Betts with a wide open three and misses. And cannot be saved by Weems. Dutchtown, they got one field goal in the first quarter, and right now they have one field goal in the second quarter.
Coach Chandler's telling his team we had a layup shot. All we had to do was pass it underneath. Missed that opportunity, scoring opportunity.
Gatlin kicks it out. Richard for three. Glass no good. Rebound goes to Wiltz. And a pass and a layup by Weems, and it's 25-7. Dutchtown just doesn't have any answers for the big players down low.
Mitchell looked like a point guard right there with that pass underneath.
Gatlin drives, floater, no good. Rebound, Wiltz. And a travel, so a turnover. And got a sub checking in. That's going to be one of the Mitchells, Reagan Mitchell. And she's going to replace Aaliyah Taylor.
Right now, Coach Chandler's got to be pretty excited about the effort he sees from his girls. And the thing that I really like about it, Jeff, is when Dutchtown is able to dribble and penetrate right there, boy, Coach Chandler's group really closes that gap right there.
I was going to say, they converge quickly. You took the words right out of my mouth, Coach. Great minds think alike. And ours, too. Shot no good. Rebound, Gatlin. And Richard loses it, and there's Mitchell.
Is it going to be a dribble?
2-on-2 pass to Mitchell. So Mitchell to Mitchell does not convert.
And I think right there, just trying to be a little bit nice. And that pass right there probably could have gone and maybe even got fouled, but had a nice little right-handed layup on his right side.
Richard's going to drive and block, but the foul as Wiltz got her with the body. And so a chance to get some
this
points.
Right here, this is, this layup right here, but you see that what we were talking about, you see where Wiltz comes over from her man to take over the defense right there going to the goal.
And they can test the baseline before they can get in the lane. First free throw from Richard's no good. Remains an 18-point lead.
And this is what usually happens when East Ascension gets it. They're running down the floor. Good job there by Dutchtown with the steal.
It was 4-4 at one point. Since then, it's a 21-3 run by East Ascension, and 21-5 as Dutchtown scores from Gatlin. It's 25-9.
Coach Delry's asking for a press, man-to-man press, little trapping right there.
Nearly a travel, but we're going to say contact. Lost the ball for a second, got it back.
I don't know what that means.
I think he's
hot
just
potato.
juggling.
I believe the basketball was hot.
Might have been. 90 seconds, and it's a 16-point lead.
Got to remember this if I get back in to officiate, some of these signals you could give.
Humphrey passed on the three, gets it out to Graves, shoots beyond the free throw line, off the glass and in. That's 4 straight.
4 straight, and first time that you see him almost not contested it whatsoever on that shot.
25-11. Mitchell shoots and she'll shoot too as Allie Graves commits the foul.
Well, the amazing thing by both of these teams that I see, the jump shots that the girls are taking, from the 10 to 15-foot range are pretty impressive.
So free throws from Kennedy Mitchell, good. 26-11. And the second free throw is good. 27-11. Gatlin gets it past half court inside of a minute and kicks it out. Graves passes up on it, and a pass stolen by Mitchell to the other Mitchell. Nice bounce pass, but just not enough for Weems to hold on to it. And a sub's going to check in.
Oh, under a minute.
He's going to replace Melanson, who had checked in. 40 seconds. 27-11, 16-point lead. It's been as high as 18. And pass down low, and it's out of bounds. And they're going to say Dutchtown possession. 24 seconds now remaining. Looking around, and it goes out, and that's going to be Black again.
You know, right there, you want to use try to back up as much as possible. And use a bounce pass to get out of there, or throw it up over.
And here's Humphrey. Passes over to Gatlin.
Dutchtown doing an outstanding job moving the ball around.
And a jumper no good in the lane, and rebound East Ascension. Betts is running and a strip, but it goes to Mitchell. Now to pass inside, and a missed layup. Missed by Weems, and a pass down court is stolen, and they're not going to get a pass off, and it's halftime. And we're going to take a break, and we're going to get a halftime interview with Michael Schmidt from Prairieville High School AD football coach. Our score at the half, 27-11. We're going to take a short break and come right back for a halftime interview. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Your business is as unique as Southeast Louisiana. People, culture, family. We know what it means to be local. REV is the only communications provider with support teams that live and work in the same Louisiana communities that we serve. Customer-first localism is truly in our DNA. Our promise is to bring your business the reliability and local support you deserve. We've been connecting communities in Louisiana for 85 years, and we're ready to serve you and your business. REV Business.
And we're at the half as our score, 27-11, East Ascension leads Dutchtown. I'm Jeff Porsche, and now we're joined by our halftime guest, Prairieville High School AD/football coach Michael Schmidt. His first interview here in Ascension Parish, and I'm glad to have it. Welcome here to the broadcast tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So we're going to have some photos that you're going to see up here as some shots of some of the uniforms and some shots of the facilities that Randy Loving has provided for us. So if you want to talk about any of those, and we want to preface it by saying these are shots in progress and some partial shots. You see the main gym right there, and the wood has been installed, and you got the bleachers you can see over there, the green and blue. So, but as you see these photos, tell us a little bit about yourself, because you were kind of a surprise hire, because you were in Colorado. You have a lot of ties around here, but you weren't somebody that was on our radar. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, yeah, I grew up in Baton Rouge. I graduated from Catholic High School. My daddy owned ran a trucking business here, and he was a fishing guide. So I'm a Louisiana boy through and through. I was involved in Katrina, and after Hurricane, this is a good picture here, by the way. This is our auxiliary gym.
Yeah.
That just got done. So I was involved in Katrina, and that's how I wound up coming to East Ascension. I worked here right after Katrina, and I was at Live Oak for a couple years and then left. I've been wanting to come back to Louisiana for a while. After Katrina, and all that stuff that went through, I married a lady from Pennsylvania, so she's a Yankee. And so we had to get out of here. I think it was a tough time, but we looked forward to coming back. We always thought about it. I have 4 of my own children. 2 of them one's playing college football. My daughter's about to graduate. I have 2 more sons. One's about to be a freshman. So it was just a good time for us to be back here.
Good.
And knowing Randy and just knowing who he is and being excited about what's coming. This is a dream come true for a guy like me, a lifetime educator.
Yeah.
So you can see here is pictures of our girls' softball.
Right. And that's just a partial shot. Of course, there's more. And
there's
the green locker rooms are the girls' locker rooms, and the blue are the boys. This is,
right.
I believe, soccer and track. Some of the locker rooms that you have.
Yep,
right
we have
there.
about 130 lockers. The field house is really just it's something that's hard to really describe. This is for boys' side for track and soccer. It's exciting, but it's humbling too. This is our football locker room. We're still kind of working through things, obviously, but the doors right there lead straight out to the stadium. It really is a special place.
Yeah. So what are you doing right now? Because you got to hire some coaches in the near future, and you got to put together some new sports, and yet with a brand new school. So tell me what you're doing right now.
Usually right now you're knee deep or chest deep in football, getting ready off season. Kids are doing other sports and all, but right now we're trying to find coaches. We're trying to build our culture, trying to build what we want. So we're not only just trying to find coaches, but the kind of coaches that are going to help us build what we're trying to do, to create that culture, to create that environment that we want for kids, and what Randy has envisioned for Prairieville High School, and what I envision as being athletic director and head football coach. So right now it's talking to coaches, seeing who wants to be around, talking to people not only in the parish but outside the parish. We're starting a booster club up, getting the PTO stuff going, and then at the end of this month we should have, teachers from the other high schools. We should start knowing who's going to be here, and then we can start taking the next steps. In March, we're going to start looking for our head coaches and girls and boys soccer and basketball and wrestling. Yeah. And then probably it won't be till the spring till we start looking for baseball and softball. We're going to let this season play out. Obviously, we don't want to interrupt anybody's seasons.
And you see the uniform mock-ups right there, and you got the blue and the green, and we're going to see the football uniforms. And Randy wanted me to make sure that everybody knew we have the football ready here. Of course, we're going to have all the other sports as well. You're not going to see those, but Randy wanted to say that doesn't mean that they're not coming and they're not ready. And you got the band uniforms right there. So
basketball, the new version, the new basketball uniforms that we're going to order don't come out till February 23rd. So we want to make sure we get the newest and latest stuff. So those will come out, and then of course baseball and softball the same route. But we've been working on getting all that stuff together over time.
And since they don't see you in the interview, that's you right there. And of course, for the football stadium. And of course, football is going to be your baby. Tell me what that's going to be like putting together a program after you do all your other stuff.
Well, and I can't wait to get back to it. I'm pretty close to having our full staff all set and who we're going to have. But, I've been doing this for 25 years. I've been a head football coach for 15 of those. And I've always entered into a program that needed to be rebuilt, that wasn't that successful. And so what we had to do was tear down the things that were happening and rebuild it. And so to be able to now just step in and start it from scratch of what we want, it really is an exciting process. So that's really what we're trying to focus on right now, is making sure we have all the preparation stuff we need in the weight room, all the kids we have, make sure all of our equipment's ready to roll. And it's just it's a pretty taxing process right now, but it's been fun.
And I know that one of the things you have to do is go to the schools. And I saw you at Dutchtown one day and got a chance to talk to some of the coaches and some of the players, which is kind of tough because you're going to be taking some of those guys along with you. So what kind of challenges does that kind of bring?
It's hard for kids. My son, when he was a junior, we moved back to Colorado, and he had to leave his school and go to a new place. So I know how tough it is for kids to have that situation. So, for me, it's just I want to make sure that when those kids do come over, if they have that opportunity to come over, that we have everything in place for them to have the experience that they would have anywhere else, right?
Right.
And to also something new, to be part of the process of building the base of what we're trying to accomplish. So that's kind of been the take on it. They're not really our kids yet, but once we get them in there and we start to learn their names and start to be part of the family and start introducing them to what we're trying to do, I think that'll build pretty quick.
Yeah, and we're getting ready to start the second half, but we'll keep it here for 1 second because I just want to talk about one thing that a lot of people want to bring up. And you're playing, of course, you have football. You talk about all the big sports.
Yep.
You're planning to have as much as you can possible online for next season, correct?
Yep.
So
as of right now, we have everything scheduled that we're going to play all 22 sports. Obviously, like anything else, everything dictates how many people, how many athletes are in the organization, and all the other things, how much interest we have. But right now, we're buying uniforms for all 22 sports. We're going to hire coaches that can coach all 22 sports, and we're just ready to roll as soon as that gets going.
Well, I really appreciate you taking some time on a Thursday night right before Mardi Gras. I know you got to go on the road on the next couple of days, but I really apprate you
Thank you for
taking some time to join us here tonight. And, of course, thank Randy, too. And it was he did his one interview, and I think that's enough for him, right?
It might be enough for everybody.
Exactly. So Michael Schmidt, our athletic director at Prairieville, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you down the road, and we're going to get to the second half right now, and our score remains 27-11. And Coach Swack will be joining us again in a moment as we got to trade out microphones and all that fun stuff. And it's a 16-point lead for East Ascension, and they're trying to extend it right here on a jumper from Mitchell, and it's no good, but an offensive rebound, no good. And the rebound goes to Dutchtown. Melanson, and Gatlin driving. Nice move inside and scores. And it's 27-13, 1 minute in. So Dutchtown slowly chipping away at the lead. Mitchell now driving, and the jumper, and it goes out of bounds to East Ascension. And so to throw it in, you have number 25, Alea Weems. Gets it to Betts, and she'll take the turnaround jumper off the iron, no good. And it's still going to be White possession. So only a couple of points scored only by Dutchtown so far. So they have been able to cut into the lead by a couple. But still plenty of time left to go here in the second half as the pass inside to Mitchell. And nearly taken away by Dutchtown. Now the pass down low is taken away. And here comes the Lady Griffins on the run. And this is Graves baseline, and she takes steps down low. And so a turnover. And Coach Swag now joining us again as we've had the microphone trade off. And what did you learn at halftime, Coach?
Well, we got a little bit of your leading scorer basically is number 14 for East Ascension, and she has 7 points.
That's Aaliyah Taylor.
And then Betts has 4. One of the Mitchells has 8, and Weems has 4, and the Wiltz has 6. So, those are your leading scores for East Ascension there in that first half. And, of course, for Dutchtown, you have Gatlin has 7, and Gray, I think it's Gray, Alley,
yes,
has 4.
And you have the shot blocked as Gatlin goes to the floor, but no foul, and it's going to go off of Richard, and it's going to be East Ascension possession. We're 2 minutes in, and 2-0 Dutchtown lead in this third quarter, but they still trail by 14. But they're slowly chipping away, piece by piece. But East Ascension trying to extend their lead right here on the jumper. No good, and a defensive rebound goes to Graves.
And East Ascension had a possibility of making a pretty easy little layup shot on it, not handled on the backside of that rebound, and Dutchtown returning it down on the offensive end of the floor.
Now Graves over to Humphrey. Passes over to Gatlin. Now Richard. And a steal by Mitchell, and she's going to have the easy layup and scores, and it's 29-13.
And I'm not real certain what Mitchell was thinking right there, Jeff. She comes in from the left side, and I thought maybe she's going to jump off the left foot and shoot it with the right hand, but then she switched it over to that left hand. I'm sure Coach Chandler was pleased with that situation.
There's a jumper from about 12, no good. Offensive rebound. Nice job by Richard. And now the skip pass. Graves can't handle it, and now she does. Bounce pass inside, and going to get her by the arm. Foul called against Wiltz. As you look at the replay on the layup, and you see that nice job switching hands right there.
There you go.
And you see the subs coming in. This is Dooley and Thomas checking in, and that's on the Dutchtown side. And then you got Reagan Mitchell checking in for the Lady Spartans. So we're at a stalemate here in the third quarter as the lead's still 16, and we're going to have the foul called against Brielle Betts. Brielle Betts is just a freshman. We got a couple of freshmen seeing lots of action on both sides of the court.
And that's a very common thing that you see in girls basketball. You know, for a lot of girls, it's fairly easy to a certain extent to come in and get a little playing time as a freshman.
And you had the steal, and she had possession, but was knocked out of bounds by Humphrey. But it's still East Ascension possession. Getting to the halfway point of the third quarter, still a low-scoring game, 29-13 EA. Bounce pass inside. Reagan Mitchell shoots and misses and will go to the line and shoot two. So you got a chance to talk to Michael Schmidt a little bit after the interview. How does he strike you, Coach?
Well, I told him I wanted my son playing quarterback, point guard, and pitcher also. Running the 100 and everything else. You know, let me tell you, it is, you know, Benny Say, I guess, could relate to it. It is a daunting task, you know, to get things going and make sure, you know, all right, where the ball's at, you know, or, you know, it's just unreal as you watch the ball go up and down the floor with Dutchtown. So I'm just assuming that, you know, he's kind of been involved in this a little bit.
Yeah.
But what I'm really assuming that he's an organized person, and if he's an organized person and you could surround yourself with a few more organized people, you know, you're not going to remember everything. But I'm going to just tell you, you can head things going in the right direction just because of your organization and how you handle kids and stuff like that. So, you know, basically I was just, you know, he's a Catholic guy, and I was just kind of wondering, you know, if, you know, what year, you know, that he finished. And he said that I was coaching at Santa Ma, you know, when he was playing at Catholic High and stuff. And played for Dale Weiner. Totally outstanding coach and human being.
Seems like a good guy to handle those duties for sure. Aaliyah Taylor misses both free throws. One thing that he's got going in his favor is he's got a couple of good feeder schools in Galvez and Prairieville. I know Galvez has had some sound coaching experience that'll have those kids ready for their future. They have a couple of good coaches that have helped out with that program. Probably
No doubt.
the same with
good job there by Humphrey.
With Prairieville. As Humphrey, I told you she can make the threes at any point, and now they're starting to go down.
And Humphrey, you know, was scoreless in that first half, but this is exactly what Coach Delry needs, is this outside. Somebody's got to make shots from the outside here.
32-16 is our score, and a shot good by Betts. So the sharpshooters on both these teams, Betts for East Ascension and Humphrey for Dutchtown score.
And as you said, the scary words for any opposing coach, Betts, just a freshman.
Yep. Gatlin. Inside of 3 minutes now. It's an 18-point lead. And the pass stolen by Betts. 1-on-2, but she's past the defenders and blocked from behind, and a foul. And they're going to get Humphrey for the foul. And Betts will go to the line.
And, I've spoken with Coach Oliver, and I hear nothing but great things about the new hire at East Ascension and the new hire at the new Prairieville High School. So,
and you got a new hire over at Donaldsonville High School too, which is not really a new hire. Darnell Lee went over there, so
it's gonna be interesting to see how Darnell does over there. Not real certain, what coaches are left over there. I know Brian Richardson, the past head coach, is going to land his feet somewhere in the parish. But when you use the word feeder school, it's not quite a feeder school just yet, because the Galvez kids have been coming to Santa Ma, and now they're going to be going to Prairieville. So after a year or so, it's going to be interesting to see if there's a nice little layup.
Gatlin with the points.
Gatlin. Just see exactly what happens with the feeder schools.
And a foul and go onto the line. Gatlin commits a foul. She disagrees, but looked like she made contact. Yeah, the feeder schools, like we said, for Prairieville are going to primarily, there's still some that are going to be coming from different areas, but primarily Galvez and Prairieville. Not 100%, but.
And you have this, Jeff, you're well aware of this. It's not just the kids, it's teachers also.
Right.
That are uprooting for either because they want to or because, they have to balance out the teacher ratio at each of the schools.
That's going to be interesting to see as we have a timeout right now. And while we're in a timeout, let's take a look at the seniors again one more time for East Ascension. It's senior night here at Spartan Gym. And so the seniors, you see them right there, Kaya Adams, Chancey Molland, and Alea Weems. And so they were honored earlier tonight. And then on the Lady Griffins side, number 4, we've seen her play a little bit tonight, Mariah Dooley. And like I said, she's the only senior. It's a young team. And they got a bright future. But congratulations to Mariah for sticking it out through some good years and through a rebuilding year and sticking around.
And look, it's amazing, Jeff. Who on this floor will be at Prairieville next year?
Right.
And
I got a feeling that a lot of the players here in the starting lineups will not. They probably want to stay in and be with what they started. But there are going to be some players on both of these teams that may be future Hurricanes.
A nice drive in there for the layup.
Allie Graves.
Graves, great job right there.
Yeah, I got a feeling that most teams are not going to lose a lot of their starters, but some people that may think they may not see a lot of time because they're backups and maybe juniors and seniors coming in, they may decide to go somewhere else and see where.
There's no telling, what are going to be the initial reasons why, you would make that decision on your own.
Well, transportation will be one of them. As you have contact, and it's going to go to East Ascension. It's been talked about before, and I think maybe Randy talked about it. If you don't live in that area, the buses will not take you to the new school, or take you to Dutchtown if you live, for example, in the Prairieville area, but you want to stay at Dutchtown, you have to provide your own transportation. So that's one of the things that's going to be a big factor.
Well, that is the factor. If you got to supply your own, you're going to have some kids basically that live right by the school that could probably walk to school if that's allowable nowadays.
It is, but now, and as far as the game goes, it's still an 18-point game, so we're kind of at a stalemate right now, as this is about where it was at halftime. 38-20. So all in all, it's a successful quarter for East Ascension as they had the comfortable lead at halftime, and they still have a comfortable lead as we're now inside of a minute. And so you got contact. I believe that's Gatlin on the floor.
Trainers are out.
And that's Coach Delry and Coach Stifle. And we have a player down. So let's take a short break while we tend to that. Our score 38-20. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Your business is as unique as Southeast Louisiana. People, culture, family. We know what it means to be local. REV is the only communications provider with support teams that live and work in the same Louisiana communities that we serve. Customer first localism is truly in our DNA. Our promise is to bring your business the reliability and local support you deserve. We've been connecting communities in Louisiana for 85 years, and we're ready to serve you and your business. REV Business.
They're getting Marley Gatlin up, and they're going to take her straight to the locker room. I think they changed their mind. She's a little woozy, it looks like, as she hit the floor pretty hard. And Coach Delry is going to join her and assist her over to the opposite side locker room, and the EA training staff is going to help her as well. So hate to see that. She's a sophomore, and she's kind of the leader of this team, the point guard. Everything pretty much runs through her, and she's got a bright future. And speaking of players with bright futures, you've got a junior right here, Taylor, going to the line, and you saw Betts, the freshman, out there. So they've got 3 seniors on the EA side, but they still have a lot of young players with a lot of talent as well. And here's the first free throw, and it's good, and it's a 19-point lead. And it's 20. So actually, East Ascension expanding on that halftime lead with 35 seconds.
But sticking with the man-to-man defense.
And Graves now working the point with Richard. And the shot off the glass, and points for Dutchtown by Deanne Melanson. And it's 40-22.
Melanson looked like maybe she was the inheritor of a bad pass, but she took a strong advantage of it with that bouncer from 10 feet.
11.1, East Ascension with the ball under the basket. Taylor to throw it in. And it's to Mitchell, and a 2-point basket. Stepped across the line. That's Kennedy Sam, who is in the game. 43-22. Graves gets it past half court, and they get the shot off, and it's short. And our score at the half, after the third quarter, 42-22, East Ascension. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The best way to recruit for at-home tailgating is Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, briskets, steak, and boudin. All of the 5 stars are at Chris's Specialty Foods. Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
Welcome back. Our score 42-22. East Ascension up by 20. Jeff Porsche, David Swacker with you for the final quarter of district girls basketball on the Rev Game of the Week. And Dutchtown's going to have a tough time in the fourth quarter. They're down 20, and they lost their leader, Marley Gatlin, to an injury, and she's in the locker room right now. She got injured at the end of the third quarter.
Well, Coach Chandler, both coaches doing an excellent job of directing their teams during the quarter-to-quarter break.
This would be a big win for Coach Chandler as he's trying to get momentum going into the playoffs. Dutchtown, this should be the final quarter of their season. And like I said, you had a really great team last year at Dutchtown with Coach Delry, and you had the 5 seniors, and they were so good. You had some late season injuries to some of their players that kind of helped them lose a little bit of momentum. They lost in the first round to Houghton, and this year they knew it was going to be a rebuilding year, and they're still fighting, and they're going to be better in the future. As you see, the 3 missed by Graves, and now running. Here's Mitchell, and a miss. Offensive rebound, points.
I don't think that was a miss. I think it was a pass. That's what I would have called it.
Well, could be.
That's how bad a shooter I would have been.
Yep, I believe you. Now, East Ascension, they've been through their rebuilding stage a little bit, and this is kind of the dividends as Coach Chandler has his team going into the game. They were 16-8. That's winning 2 of every 3 games, and they're gonna finish, if they can hold on here, at 17-8. And they're going to finish 4th in district, most probably. So they are now on the upswing. So they're a couple of years, I guess, ahead of Dutchtown in their rebuild. And you get the points right there, and it's 46-22.
Well, that's Weems right there with a little backside layup.
Dooley blocked. That's the senior. So a little bittersweet night for her, I'm sure, because this is probably the end of her basketball career. And Gatlin is back in the game. Check this out. Dooley now over to Graves. And a steal. Kenny Mitchell. And now the drive and the dish and the points. Kaya Adams for East Ascension, and it's 48-22. Good to see the senior getting points.
That's happened time and time again tonight. Getting through that zone defense right there, and with a pretty easy shot under the basket. Now that's Weems with the foul. 2-shot foul.
And Gatlin. Love the spirit for her, because the season is just about over for Dutchtown. She got hurt, got hit hard, hit the floor, went to the locker room, and about 3 or 4 minutes have elapsed, and she's back on the court. I like that type of spirit.
Well, you have that spirit, athletic, competitiveness.
Competitiveness, I think.
Yes, ness.
Giannia.
Help me out, speech teacher.
Ratliff is coming in. Giannia Ratliff, number 31. That's a freshman. So I believe that makes it 49-23. Or 40, they're going to say 48-23. Got kind of distracted there for a moment. I was giving the point to the wrong team there for a second in my head. 48-23. Jenna Humphrey is in the game, and Dooley comes out.
Well, since that make by Humphrey, she hasn't attempted another shot. See if they can work it to her in this corner area.
She'll be their senior leader next season. I have a feeling she will be staying at Dutchtown, as her mom is an employee here at Dutchtown. Or they're at Dutchtown, I guess. Points, 50-23. And a 27-point lead, a timeout called by Chase Delry. We'll keep it here. And we'll look at the replay, and then we're going to take a look at the girls' power ratings and where they stand right there as far as that goes. And we know who 1 and 2 are in the state. They're in this district. Walker and Denham Springs.
But not in this parish.
Nope. Santa Ma's in this parish, and they're going to get a home game if they can beat Live Oak. Live Oak's going to get a playoff spot, even though Dutchtown beat them earlier this season. EA and Live Oak are going to get spots. Dutchtown's at 32, and I believe it's a 28-team field. And so they're going to be on the outside looking in as far as the postseason goes. But Santa Ma's going to get that home game. East Ascension's going to get a game. They may have to go on the road, or I'm sure they'll have to go on the road.
Well, they're at 19 right now.
Yeah, playing against 32 and no other games remaining, they need a miracle to jump up to 16. But who knows? What about the boys' side? We have the boys' side, what the power rankings are as far as that goes? I think we do.
Oh, here we go. Denham Springs is number 4.
Yep. Santa Ma's at 11, and they're going to get a home game probably.
Live Oak, 18, Walker 19, and Dutchtown 32, and East Ascension 33.
So, tough year for Dutchtown basketball.
Well, look, East Ascension also on the men's side.
Yeah. And we're going to see in our next game of the week on Mardi Gras night, East Ascension at the Gold Dome taking on Santa Ma. And so that's going to be a big game. It's always a big game when it's EA Santa Ma. You know a lot about that as you get the jump ball, and it's going to be EA possession.
I've heard the non-district game that East Ascension and Santa Ma played here was packed with students,
right,
faculty, fans.
We did a game last season, the EA Santa Ma game here at Spartan Gym, the district game, and that was the loudest I've ever heard a gym for an Ascension Parish High School game. You could see the cameras shaking. It was just, it felt like this place was going to come down at a couple of points when the EA was rallying.
Yeah.
It's always a great rivalry. Doesn't matter if you're playing basketball, football, wrestling, soccer, any sport. EA Santa Ma is going to be fun.
Boy, and I see where Dutchtown and East Ascension had very high marks in the state wrestling meet.
Yes, they did.
And the state indoor track meet's going to be next weekend at LSU
and
on a Saturday, next Saturday.
And there's 2 soccer teams still alive after last night. The Dutchtown girls were eliminated by Lafayette High. The Dutchtown boys are going to play Lafayette High in the quarterfinals. And Santa Ma, we had that game of the week last night as Gatlin misses the first free throw, but Santa Ma beat Sulphur last night 4-0. They're going to play Jesuit, the number 1 team in the state. If they can beat Jesuit, come up with the upset on the road, and if Dutchtown can beat Lafayette High at home, the boys soccer semifinals would be Santa Ma at Dutchtown. You might get a football game crowd if that happens.
No doubt.
And there's a pass down low.
Beautiful pass.
But an offensive rebound and going to the line.
Kennedy Mitchell, little no-look pass, layup not made, but nice little pass right there by Kennedy.
And, of course, if we did get to that situation where we get a Santa Ma Dutchtown soccer semifinal, we're going to do everything we can to make sure that's a Rev game of the week.
We have pull, I believe.
I hope so. We can't do the Santa Ma game against Jesuit because that's in New Orleans. And the soccer game for Dutchtown and the EA Santa Ma basketball game are played at the same time, and we are committed to the basketball game, so we're going to do the basketball game. There's a shot by Richard, missed. And then we go to spring. Baseball and softball. We're going to see if Santa Ma can repeat as state champions in softball. Going to see if any of the teams can make it to Sulphur on the baseball side. We're halfway through this fourth quarter. East Ascension still in control, extending their lead.
Well, just think, with the Prairieville opening it up, you know, it is going to be some really nice sports throughout the year. It might take a few years for Prairieville to really get going, but it is going to be outstanding to watch the 4 districts. And the only bad thing about the Prairieville coming into the district is that it leaves you with an odd amount of teams, and so you're going to have a bye in all your sports. And the biggest spot where you have a problem is in football, and I think the coaches have already ironed that out.
Yeah.
To where I think, in fact, I think Prairieville has a bye or an open date week 10.
Yes.
But already have an opponent for
they may have an opponent. So I think they have that. Santa Maria got the lucky break. They got week 4 bye. So there's a lot of teams that are not playing their district schedule yet. And so that schedule is going to be interesting. You just saw a 2-pointer and a foul, and there's a putback and points. And now our score is 53-27. And Reagan Mitchell with the points. The hardest thing about football season is you might have 2 or 3 home games a week in some cases, and we usually do 2 home football games, so we're going to have to make some tough choices, I guess, as we go down the line, because we're also going to have Donaldsonville on our schedule at some point, and Ascension Christian. We often do a game over there, so there's going to be a lot of football games to choose from next season. A lot of
football games, and we might have to have some announcer tryouts.
Yep. I'm looking for a color analyst for football.
I don't know what that means, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm content. 55-27. Sub coming in for East Ascension. Number 15, and that's a JV player.
Denham Springs, Dutchtown score, girls. You're looking at this, you think it's wide open.
And we need a timeout right here as we have an injury for Allie Graves. I think she dislocated her finger. Doesn't look good. So they're taking care of that. It looked like a dislocated finger. I'm glad we didn't get a close-up of that one. Thank you, guys.
Denham Springs girls versus Dutchtown girls. A 13-point game.
Yep. That's what makes this kind of frustrating for Coach Delry, because you saw improvement. You beat Live Oak. You played as good a game as you could play against Denham Springs, but then you come out really flat tonight.
Well, and I'm going to tell you what, give Coach Chandler and East Ascension credit. I don't know if Coach Chandler's looking at the power rankings or one of his assistant coaches or the kids, but I'm going to just tell you, you know, the thing you got to do is you got to take care of your victories. And that is a crucial part of seeing how you stand. Nice steal right there.
And gets points after the dislocation. Allie Graves.
Graves right there said, I'm ready to roll.
You have Janiyah Radcliffe right there, also in the game for East Ascension, Amaya Jones. So they got several freshmen on the floor right now. East Ascension has not been playing a JV team, so this is a chance for these girls to get some experience that they don't usually get.
Well, I don't know if that was a pass or a kick. Maybe he's getting that playoff with the soccer team there.
There's Taylor with the points. EA soccer team made it to the first round, got a victory.
Definitely.
And so real proud of them. They lost in the second round to Captain Shreve. As you get a 3 from Gatlin.
Might be the first three-pointer of the night.
Well, Humphrey had one earlier, so I think it's the second. What's amazing is I don't recall East Ascension making a three tonight.
I don't really recall them shooting a three. Maybe
Betts attempted a couple in the first quarter, but then she kind of went inside the perimeter after that and got hers.
Well, now it's man-to-man.
25-point lead.
Trapping.
Nice pass inside, but can't handle it. Amaya Jones, maybe a little high.
A little bit high, but you got to be able to handle that. Probably trying to shoot it before she can kind of get control of the ball.
110. So the district records will be 1-4. Dutchtown will finish on the season, and East Ascension with a 2-3 record in district, and that'll be good enough for fourth. So it looks like the district standings are going to be the Walker-Denham winner wins the district. The loser finishes second as you get more points.
Yeah, Wiltz right there. Rebound and a put back for 2 points.
Santa Maria is going to finish third. East Ascension is going to finish fourth. Dutchtown will finish fifth. And Live Oak, unless they have the upset against Santa Maria, will finish sixth, winless in district. Offensive rebound, no good. And this should just about wrap it up.
You got to get it across half court.
12. And now they do, and that ought to do it.
Could hold on to it right there.
And so our final score is going to be 59-32. East Ascension with the victory. We're going to take our break right now. We'll wait for them to shake hands here for a second. We'll go through the handshake as both teams finish their regular season and their district season. So a 27-point victory for East Ascension. And now we'll take our break as you see the handshake. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Your business is as unique as Southeast Louisiana. People, culture, family. We know what it means to be local. REV is the only communications provider with support teams that live and work in the same Louisiana communities that we serve. Customer first localism is truly in our DNA. Our promise is to bring your business the reliability and local support you deserve. We've been connecting communities in Louisiana for 85 years, and we're ready to serve you and your business. REV Business.
Welcome back. Our final score 59-32 on senior night here at East Ascension. The seniors one more time for the East Ascension Lady Spartans, who were honored here tonight. Kaya Adams, Chancey Mullen, and Aaliyah Weems. And the senior on the Dutchtown side finishing her high school career, number 4, Mariah Dooley. So congratulations to all of them. We've got a game coming up on Tuesday night, Coach, on our REV Game of the Week. East Ascension at the Gold Dome boys basketball. You'll be out there. I may be out there, or possibly Jimmy Frederick will be joining you, but we'll find out. And whoever's going to be out there with you, it's going to be a good game, Coach.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And last game of the regular season, then possible playoff berths. You'll see just exactly what's going to happen after the game on Tuesday night. So it's going to be interesting to see.
And I expect you to bring the beads to throw on Mardi Gras night.
I could probably do that.
Yeah, that'll be lots of fun. And
they may be a little small, though, but because I usually give away the bigger beads. I like to keep the small ones. You know, they're a lot easier to throw.
Yes, they are. So that's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. For our entire crew, Lyle Boudreau at home, our director, Nolan Wagasback, our camera operators, Courtney Lawrence, Priya Singleton, Jake Wazan, and the big guy, Coach Schwack. I'm Jeff Porsche. Thank you for joining us for our broadcast tonight. You have been watching the REV Game of the Week.